How's it going, y'all? Rowdy Row's back with another video, and I'm kind of hyped for this one. I don't have I have like some cheaper figures of these guys, and it's one of my favorite cartoons. Futurama is my all-time favorite cartoon though, so that's my number one. But Rick and Morty is pretty high up there, and today we have these two Rick and Morty figures. I'm pretty sure they're from yeah, Beast Kingdom. So we got Beast Kingdom, first time, never had these before. A little bit out of my scale, but they're like super articulated. They come with cool accessories, and I just couldn't pass them up. They're only like 50 bucks a piece, so not a bad deal either. So yeah, super hyped for this. I love Rick and Morty. I love having action figures of things that I love. So yeah, it's a no-brainer. So with all that being said, let's take a closer look at these Beast Kingdom Rick and Morty figures, and then we'll get these bad boys open. Hey Morty. Yeah, Rick. We're gonna be action figures, Morty. I turned us into figures and I put us in a box. Ah, jeez, Rick. Taking a look at the box, as you can see at the top, it says Rick and Morty. We've got a nice Rick and Morty design in black and light green in the background, and then it says Rick and Morty, Rick Sanchez, and Rick and Morty, Morty Smith, and it's DH084 and DAH085, Beast Kingdom. And then we've got some nice artwork from the show of Rick and Morty. On the back, we get some shots of the figures in action with some of the accessories. And it says Dynamic Action Heroes, Rick and Morty, Rick Sanchez, and vice versa on the other box. Approximately 16 points of articulation. And then it lists all the accessories and all that stuff. Same artwork once again on this side. Top of the box, bottom of the box. And with all that being said, wubba lubba dub dub! There is some beautiful, lovely tape at the bottom, and for these guys, I do actually want to be careful with the boxes because I don't want to ruin them. And then we got the figure, and we got a backdrop, which is great, and an accessory bag as well, so pretty cool. So we've got our Rick Sanchez and Morty Smith out of the box. As you can see, they're pretty cool. There are some problems, which is more so lent to the character design and the way that they have to do a figure as opposed to like the figure itself. I mean, it does have problems. Like there's loose joints. The head is really heavy, so it's kind of top heavy. It does come with a stand, fortunately. And the neck pegs are really hard to swap the heads. Like they'll come with the head instead of staying in the body. So that's a little bit of an issue. But they're cool. They've got all the joints you would want. It is Rick and Morty, and that's awesome. I'm glad to have them. Rick came with a little portal behind him, which is really cool. I was wondering if they would have that. So, you know, and as far as details, almost straight out of the cartoon, you can see we've got the lines and the small dots for eyes and the rounded head for Morty and the big crazy hair that's blue for Rick. And they're just well executed as far as the sculpt and the articulation. It's just I wish the joints were a little bit tighter and maybe the heads weren't so heavy. Maybe they could have made them a little bit hollow or something. But for being $50 figures, they are not bad. And I'm, like I said, I'm glad to have a better representation of these characters than what I had, because I had some of the Funko figures and those, even Funko Pops, and those are just, I hate them so much. They're terrible to me. But these guys are really cool. And if you like Rick and Morty, you should probably get your hands on these, because it's probably the best Rick and Morty articulated figures that we're going to get for a while. Checking out their height, let's see here. I know they're a little on the tall side as far as my usual stuff that I collect, but when in Rome, right? Rick stands at about 8 inches to the top of his spikes on his head, and Morty is about just over 6 inches. Going over the articulation, we will start with Morty here. Starting at the head, it is on a ball peg, so we do get back, forward, side to side. It is limited because, like I said, those ball pegs are hard to work with. They're really the only gripe I have with the figure. Shoulders are on a single peg and they come up 90 degrees. There is no cut at the bicep or anything like that, so we just do with that. And then there's a single ball joint at the elbow, so you get some good movement there. You can go essentially wherever you would want to. Torso joint, back, forward, legs come up that far. We do get a single joint, so it only goes back about that far. Ankle is on a ball joint, so that goes wherever you would want it to go. So like the hands and all that stuff also on ball joints. And there's like a pull-out butterfly joint, so that's interesting. Haven't seen that before. I don't know if it's, yeah, I guess it's supposed to come out. So that also adds some movement there. So they're articulated as much as you could with this design. Like I said, it is pretty limited because they're gangly and have big heads, as opposed to, let's see if I can get him on the stand, as opposed to like being a normal Marvel Legends figure. For Rick's articulation, head goes, see, like, maybe I could get that actually in there, I don't know. So Rick is kind of killing me because his head does not want to stay on, so I really don't want to mess with that much. But forward, yeah, as soon as I go forward it comes out, so we're not going to mess with it. I think it's because the sculpt is so big, but I don't know if the peg is big enough. This also has that pull-out butterfly joint, so we do get that full rotation single joint at the elbow, but it is that ball peg, so it's a floating joint. And then we get a floating joint at the wrist. Well, he's falling apart here, isn't he? Torso, not very much movement there. Backward and forward. Coming down, we do get rotation at the waist. They do have drop out hips, which come forward to the side and back pretty far. Single joint at the knee, and single joint, ball joint at the ankle. So he's got some rockers, so he can articulate pretty well, actually. It's just that head that is really bothering me as far as not staying on. First, for accessories, fortunately they both come with a stand, so that is nice. Then we get, sorry, Rick's not here right now, like I said, he's been giving me trouble, so we get this portal with a stand as well, and it is in a nice, like, kind of hard plastic, so that's really nice for photography and dioramas and stuff. So of course they get a portal for behind them. And then Morty gets two alternate head sculpts right here. We get kind of an angry face and then a happy smiling face, and then we get this, I think it's the Mind Eraser helmet, I don't quite remember, which fits on all three of the head sculpts, and it comes with different pieces to put on there. So we got the blue one, and then we've got three different ones, and they all just slide on there. So 4 different colors. We got like magenta, yellow, pink, and blue, and those are all swappable on that helmet. So that's really cool. And then Morty also comes with Pickle Rick. I turned myself into a Pickle Morty. Geez, I'm a pickle. So yeah, we get a tiny little to scale Pickle Rick. I don't know if he'll stand up, but probably not. But we get that, and then we get a bunch of little Morty hands. So we get some pointing hands, some open neutral hands, some kind of gesturing hands. So 6 swappable hands altogether. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 6. And those just swap onto a bag like an SH Figuarts. For Rick's accessories, first of all, we get 2 other swappable heads. We get both of him grimacing, one side-eyeing with some drool coming out of his mouth, and the other just staring straight ahead, kind of just like his neutral resting bitch face, as it were. And then we get, I forget what this is, but we get this giant thingy of what looks like to be portal fluid. And then we get his laser gun, which he's modified, of course, made himself. And we get his portal gun, because wouldn't be Rick without his portal gun. And then, of course, we get a bunch, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 swappable hands, some pointing hands, some open hands, some grabbing hands for holding stuff. And yeah, that's the accessories. First up, here they are next to our Mezco Xenomorph, with our Mezco Spider-Man, Moth X Starlight, and Billy Butcher, Marvel Legends Moon Knight, Blackheart, and for some 7-inch stuff, here he is next to DC Dick Bats. Here they are with my Funko Rick and Morty and Summer, which are probably more in line with the 6-inch stuff, if not still too small. Hey Morty, you see these freaks over here? What's wrong with them? They're deformed, they got giant heads. Geez, I don't know, Rick. We have kind of big heads too. Yeah, but they're not that big. I mean, look at these guys. What a joke. So with all that being said, y'all, well, I do really like these Beast Kingdom Rick and Morty figures. They do have a couple problems, and if you're like looking for something that does not have any problems, these are not it. They're a little expensive, but they're really cool. I am glad to have them in my collection. Something new for me. It's something I don't have before. Oh crap, you know what? I forgot. I'll have to go back and do some more comparisons. But These guys are great. They're better than all the other Rick and Morty stuff that I have. If you guys like this video, smash like and subscribe. Comment, let me know what's up. If you like the show, if you like these figures, if you've seen something like this before, how your day is going, just let me know. Check my giveaways. We're doing one at 3.5, one at 5K. Check the Patreon. It's $1 a month for early videos. Do all that stuff. I love you. I will see you next time, and bye-bye. Mwah.